So good morning, St. Mark's. Beloved usher Paul Reese just pointed out, a financial guy with a manila folder is never a good sign. So between my grandparents, my parents, and my own lifetime, I've experienced roughly 120 years of technological innovation. My grandparents and parents saw the electrification of the home, the automobile, the telephone, radio, air travel, movies, and television come into their lives. During my life, I've experienced the innovations of the transistor, the integrated circuit, the digitalization of information, the personal computer, Moore's law and the advance of central processing unit speed, the internet, and now the long anticipated and awaited arrival of artificial intelligence. So, is it any surprise to you that I asked ChatGPT to write my speech today? You might not have noticed if I delivered it to you. I asked for a speech motivating parishioners of an Episcopal church to make financial pledges to their annual fund. Within just a handful of seconds, it produced an excellent product, perhaps better than the one I'm delivering. I won't read it to you, but it started from an acknowledgement that all that we are and all that we have are gifts from God. That what we do with our resources is part of the Christian process of living and loving. That our church is more than just a building. That our pledge not only maintains all of this, but that it is also an expression of faith and trust that God remains with us, and we with him, through generations before and generations to come. Well, I was indeed impressed, not too shabby at all. I then posed a second question to ChatGPT. I posed these to DeepSeek as well. It didn't do as well, so I'll stick with ChatGPT. My second question was, why should I make a financial pledge to my church's annual fund? It responded with, in part, quote, 1, it helps the church plan responsibly. A pledge enables the church to budget for ministries and programs, compensate clergy and staff, and maintain physical infrastructure. And, quote, 2, it turns giving into a spiritual practice, not a last-minute decision. Many people view giving as an expression of gratitude, stewardship, or commitment, end quote. Gratitude. That word resonated for me. I'll come back to that in a moment. Finally, I asked, what makes St. Mark's Church special? Quote, St. Mark's is special for its striking modern architecture, which blends mid-century design with traditional Gothic principles, and for its strong sense of community, highlighted by its welcoming atmosphere and large-scale Mayfair event, end quote. So true. This church, this holy space, is indeed remarkable. Typically, as you may know, I sit up in the balcony where I can take in its serene beauty. I think of the creativity, the commitment, and the bold bravery and faith of our predecessors who had it built, breaking ground in 1959, the year Father Peter and yours truly were born. So moments ago I mentioned the resonance of the word gratitude for me. I'll alter that slightly, switching from that noun to the adjective, the word grateful. With all the technological change of the last 120 years, with all that it has done to change our way of being day to day, what hasn't changed is our human need to exist together, in community, spreading God's love from one to another. If anything, our need for community is far greater today than it was in my grandparents' day. An unintended byproduct of all that innovation has been an increase of our isolation from one another. Remember libraries? I used to go at least once a week. How about movie theaters? Fridays and Saturdays when we'd bone up on the latest reviews and search the newspaper for showtimes. How about the not-so-distant past when, in order to shop, you had to, heck, when you were even able to, get in the car and go to a store? Remember shopping malls? Remember work when getting things done necessitated gathering together for 8 to 10 hours a day? You get the point. Technology has increasingly left us alone and apart. So I'm grateful for St. Mark's for many things, our amazing clergy, our lay leadership, this incredible space that we worship together in, Ned, our majestic organ, and the beautiful music made here, our staff, and our campus. But I am most profoundly grateful for the ability to be together with you, the people of St. Mark's. I've had the privilege to know and work beside some of the most talented and accomplished people at St. Mark's. While I've worked alongside some incredibly accomplished people over the course of my career in the secular world, here at St. Mark's I've witnessed folks of that same caliber. I lost my place. I've witnessed folks of that same caliber focus their talent and treasure on doing good in the world, on spreading God's love. This is something I will never stop being grateful for. I marvel on this on repeat, whether I'm in a vestry meeting, listening here in church on a Sunday, or working alongside you at Mayfair. I hope you know who you are. I remember each and every one of you, and I celebrate you, and I thank you for what you do and the inspirational example you set. Yesterday we said goodbye to one of you, Jim Lisher. God bless him for his good works in this world. May he rest in peace in the next. So here's the latest on pledging for our 2026 annual fund. Development Director Nancy Walton reports that we have 233 pledges in so far for a total of $1,413,000. Our goal is for 330 pledges, so we have 97 pledges to go to reach our goal. If you have already made your pledge, thank you. Your church is grateful indeed. If you have yet to make a pledge, please consider doing so. Every pledge gets us closer to our goal. Thank you.